So today, here's like a little beginner's tutorial for animators who think they're bad at you get what I mean. Just a little tutorial for people. Yeah, you get. So first things you want to do is get Stop Motion Studio. Now I personally use Stop Motion Studio Pro, but if you're just starting out, use Stop Motion Studio because Stop Motion Studio Pro costs $5. So first things you want to do when you open up Stop Motion Studio, you want to click New Movie, and then so you have your camera set up. You might want to use like a tripod or something. But whatever you have works as long as it doesn't have too much shake. So first you want to set your subject up in the place you want to animate. So this is just a basic tutorial, so I won't be going over anything complicated. But yeah, so first things you want to do, you want to click settings. So for your FPS, no, you can use any FPS really. I personally use the nice juicy 12 FPS, but because this is a tutorial for that. But whatever you want works. I'm just using 12 FPS for now. Okay, so once you have your FPS selected, you want to go click this camera button up in the top right corner, and this is where you start animating. So for camera settings, you can go here. And remote camera is a whole different thing. You can click like all these. I don't really care to use any of these because this is the best way, in my opinion, to use it. But yeah, so alright, so you want to make like a really simple animation. Now make sure, first of all, you want to make sure you have good lighting, or else your animation will look very not great, if you know what I mean. Now, so the first things you want to start off with, just making an animation. So basically how it works, you take a picture, and then you move his hand a bit, and you take a picture, and then you move his hand a bit. Alright, let's see how that turned out. I forgot to mention the one principle of animation: ease in and ease out. So basically how ease in, ease out works is it follows like the basic momentum of real life. It makes everything seem more believable and lifelike, and just makes everything look better. So for example, when I move my hand, it like starts to slow down. Okay, whatever, you know what I mean. So the way to make that with 12 FPS is then alright, so first of all, to the left there's a bar. I usually have it at like halfway. It's called onion skinning. Basically it shows you a little bit of the last frame. So if I took a picture and then I moved him a bit, it would show the last frame. So yeah, and you want to move him. So the way to do ease in, ease out, you took your normal picture of him just standing there. Let's make him wave. So you move his hand a bit, just like a little bit. And if you want to do like cartoony animation, move his hand a lot on the second frame, and then you move it a little bit, and then you do it that same way coming down. So you move his hand a little bit, and then you move it a lot, and then you move it a little bit. But you can also do like a swing, so you can have his hand go back a little bit, and then even tinier bit, then that same bit, but forward, and then back here, and then maybe just a little bit more. I hope that made sense. Now let's see how it turned out. See, that looks pretty good, and you basically that looks pretty good, and you want to basically follow that kind of same thing with everything. So now we gotta move on to the walk cycle. So I'm only gonna do a 12 FPS walk cycle because there are tutorials for 15 FPS walk cycles, and yeah, if you want to use 15 FPS, go watch those tutorials because you're not in the right place. Alright, so first you just want to take a picture of him standing still. Then you want to take him, you want to move one foot up, and then that's it. And then you want to move the hand on the opposite side forward, and then the hand on the other side backwards. Let me turn my onion skinning on. So yeah, and then you want him to kind of lean forward a little bit with it. So yeah, there it is. And then you want him, in second frame, he has to balance in between studs. So you want to like put his legs in a position where you can balance in between studs. Now, you want to, for this, you want to get some sticky tack because he won't stand up. I mean, there's ways to find, like if you balance him correctly, he can stand up, but sticky tack is way easier. First of all, you want to move his hand out a little more, and then you want to put some sticky tack on the stud he's bouncing on, and then do that. There we go. All right. And then you want to have another one where the foot that's forward is on the stud that is right in front of him, or the leg in front of him. So you want to put his hands back down a little bit, and then take another picture. And then you want to, for this part where his legs go forward, you want to basically switch back to repeat it all over again. So you want to have his leg go forward that was behind, make that leg go forward. Some people like to have just a complete standing still in between, but I personally like to have a just no gap at all because it's kind of faster, which is nice. And yeah, I just do it. It's fun. And you also want him to lean forward a bit. Now you want to repeat the previous steps over and over again. And then yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Editor me, speed this up and do an epic time lapse. All right. Alright, so my camera may or may not have fell over while I was making this. So, yeah, let's just see what we have. There's that. That's the walk cycle. So, yeah, there it is. If you liked my little tutorial thing, please consider subscribing. I need the subscribers. Please subscribe. I'm begging you, please.